Hello and welcome back to Minecraft with me, Phoenix. I'm still in bat form. I am sorry about that. Just one moment. Ugh. Zombie I'll have to do for now. Welcome back, and we've got something interesting for this video because you know how previously we have quadruple doors? Well, we're going to do the final stage of actually with our ore processing, which is quintripling. We're going to times 5 our ores. So those of you that have been used to mod packs where you can just double using thermal expansion and other ones, well, thermal expansion does have a tripling mechanic in there, but it is very time consuming to get into and I think does require a fair bit of micromanaging. Mekanism has a completely way of automating 5 times ores. We've tripled, we've quadrupled, now it's going to times 5. So let's get started. Alright then everyone, so back down in the basement I've actually now finished the walls, just got the floor and some of the ceiling to do to cover up some of this piping that can't be hidden. But as you can see it's coming along quite nicely. We've even put some conduits in everywhere, just got like a couple small bits left to do in here. That is pretty much it. But something to just look at is this. This is for quintripling our ores, also known as times 5s. I've just put some little things down if you wanted to pause this just to get an idea, by all means. But going forward, because I will be explaining this, what we actually need to do is we need to use a chemical oxidizer with some sulfur to create sulfur dioxide. We also need a rotary condenser with water to create water vapor. But after the oxidizer, we then need to put the sulfur dioxide into a chemical infuser with some oxygen for some sulfur trioxide. Then we're going to combine the water vapor and the sulfur trioxide in another chemical infuser to make sulfuric acid. And that's about halfway through, because then what we need to do is combine the sulfuric acid in the chemical dissolution chamber with any ore to make metal slurry. I've put it as metal slurry because we're using ore. It will literally be named iron slurry, gold slurry. So just to make a metal slurry, then we move that metal slurry into the chemical washer to make clean slurry, and then that slurry then comes over into a chemical crystallizer to make metal crystals. Those metal crystals then go back up here. Will then come up through the normal process of this chemical injection chamber into our purification factory, into the crusher, into the enrichment, and then finally smelted. You see, this is going to be a long and lengthy process. So, saying that, since we know this is going to be a long and lengthy process, we can actually get started because some of this is actually fairly easy. We've done some of it before, being the chemical infuser. Because this is the chemical infuser. This is what we will be using. So, that's not too bad. We've crafted this before, we can craft it again. We're also going to be needing some electrolytic separators, at least one, because we're going to need some oxygen into the system, and this is currently using oxygen in our basic purification factory. So, down we go. Right, I am partially in the process of, for the machines, laying down some of this so we can actually get started. This is going to be a long process, and I think it's now I actually got all of these machines crafted. So I'm going to go off camera, craft these machines, and be back and hopefully start setting up some of this. Hopefully the beginning part of this process to create the sulfuric acid. So back in a moment. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, so we're back and I'm part of the way through this. I'm actually just creating the sulfur trioxide at the moment, as you can see, or SO3. And what I need to do is, in the chemical oxide, I actually need to put sulfur in there. And actually, the way in which I'm doing this to get sulfur is by a repulverizing method of blaze rods. So I get 4 blaze rods, 50% chance of sulfur. So every stack of blaze rods I should put in there, I should actually get half a stack of sulfur. So that's what I'm doing. I've set up this little hopper now. It's pouring this into there, and we're actually getting sulfur trioxide. So now, with this, I can actually. Where's my rotary sensor? There it is. I should be able to set this up. Like so. Where have I put my cross and hammer? Ooh. Phoenix, come on. Stop being silly. Right. You're not getting water for some reason. Why not? Still not filling with water. Because annoyingly got liquid hydrogen. Yeah. Must be a way of cleaning this thing out. Back inventory, no. Come on, you annoying thing. Condensing, so you can condense and decondense. So that's an interesting tip to remember. Right. But anyway, for now, I'm going to try and clear this annoying thing out and be back in a moment as soon as I've managed to fix this. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, so I just had to let this run and just empty it out slowly. So now I'm going to try and combine this, run this over to here. That won't connect in there, will it? Nope, but now it will. Now we have our sulfuric acid, which I believe is a liquid. I have no idea at this moment. Let's try. Nope, it's in gas form. Fair enough. Excuse me. Right, so then, sulfuric acid now has to come over to here. So now we have the sulfuric acid, we need it in a chemical Dissolution chamber, then chemical washer, and then finally the chemical crystallizer. Right, so let me now just go make those. So to keep up with the water requirement, I've got 2 aqueous accumulators feeding the rotary condenser and the electric separator right now. So the electric separator is dumping all the excess hydrogen into here, so nobody light a match. Then we have the chemical infuser, which is combining the oxygen with the sulfur. This is the slowest part of the process to create sulfur trioxide. So we've got sulfur dioxide from the chemical oxidizer coming all the way over to here to combine with the water vapor and the sulfur trioxide to make the sulfuric acid. So then we just need those last 3 and we should be good to go. And those last 3 should be even simpler than this process. They should be just like a next stage moving along. So to test that, I'm going to be back in just a moment and get these next 3 made. So back in a moment, guys. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, so we have got the sulfuric acid coming out of this chemical injector into our chemical dissolution chamber right here. This will turn anything I put in here, so let me just grab an iron ore. As you see, that instantly got turned into iron slurry. Now this iron slurry is being cleaned with water, and it's slowly being, well, slowly, it's quite rapidly being turned into clean slurry. And it is 1,000 millibuckets. Every 200 millibuckets is a crystal. So there's roughly 3,000 millibuckets, or 3 buckets, pumped into this chemical crystallizer of clean slurry. So we should have 15 iron crystals. My only thing I need to worry about after this is getting these crystals up to the rest of our ore processing plant. So I see that's at 12. As soon as that hits 1,000, as soon as that gets to a bucket, we should see 10 crystals in there. Still 10, and we're going to have 5 more, so I'm going to take those out. There we go. It's just going to keep going. Let's just hop up into here. So all I need to do is get it to process into here. I'll probably do this via some ender chests, just to be quicker. I'll start sending that one over into here. As soon as that is done, there's that dirty iron. There's that pulverized iron. And there we have it. So the only thing I need to do is link the 2 systems, and we should be good. This is the only thing I need to think about on how to get a ton of sulfur at the moment, because I've used up all the sulfur now. Oh, blaze ones. I've put this here to make sure that these didn't connect, so Just a little bit of a facade, multi-part. So, if anyone has any idea... Oh, hello. Must coming from up there. I'm not supposed to be down here. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any idea on how to get tons of sulfur really quick, please let me know in the comments below. Be more than welcome. Really happy for that. I'm going to look it up myself and see a way of constant sulfur supply, because that is the only thing slowing this system down, and we're going to have a lot of stuff coming in. And I mean a lot. But anyway, that's it. I'm DxPhoenix. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please hit like, share and subscribe. And I hope this has been somewhat helpful on some way of making your ore quintripling process in your 5 times ore. So for the price of one ore, you get 5 ingots. It is a lot of work, and one thing I will warn you about with this is it is requiring diamonds to make a couple of these machines. So it is expensive, but by this stage, diamonds shouldn't be a major problem, especially if you, like me, you do have ProjectE in the pack, then upon which no resource should really be a problem. Another little creek. But I am trying to refrain from using it. It might be my only continual thing which gets me sulfur. It is my last resort. If I can use any other means, I will do. But anyway, I'm DxPhoenix. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.